Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to share some amazing news with you, and that is, drumroll, we found a house. Yay! We are officially in contract for both this place and our new house. If you've been watching any of my vlogs, you know how stressful this time has been for us. For me in particular, I just don't handle stress well. Also, in case you're new, my name is Erica and I am 29 weeks pregnant with baby number 3, which is why I'm so out of breath. Today, like, I'm more out of breath than normal, but it's been a whirlwind of the past few weeks. I have a 5-year-old and a 2.5-year-old, and for a few different reasons, it's been time for us to find a bigger space. In case you didn't know, this property that we're in, we've lived here for about, I want to say four and a half years. We moved in here when Hugo was almost 1, and we've loved it so much. We loved it so much. So the layout, it's 2 bedrooms, 2 full baths, and we love the community. We love our neighbors. Like, the space has been so wonderful, and it's a new build too. So like, just having the luxuries of a new build has been so lovely the past few years, and bringing home Theo here, like, it's just been so wonderful. But with our expanding family and with our oldest son starting kindergarten in September, it's time for us to move. I was really excited at the beginning of all of this, but then journeying through it has been really wild. There have been some really high highs and some really low lows. The market right now is wild. I'm sure you know, houses are coming on the market. It's still very reminiscent of 2020, where there are, you know, 12 people bidding wars. Houses are coming on for a day and being scooped up. Somehow houses have offers on it before. Like, it's been so wild, but we're in a really good place now, and I know I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but I feel like we are in a more solid place now that we're in contract on both properties, and I feel like I can chat about it now. And not that I've been like purposely hiding it, but like, I just wanted paperwork to be signed for things to be like a little more official legally, you know? So yes, honey, sorry about that. So I want to start from the beginning. I wasn't originally going to make this its own separate video, but you guys know I'm a chatter. I love to talk, and so I was like, this is going to be long. This is going to be a long conversation, and I thought it might be interesting to like talk you through the entire process, because like, it's been kind of wild. So grab yourself some water or some coffee, a glass of wine, and let's get into this. So we're gonna rewind now. About a month ago, I think I had vlogged us putting in an offer on another house, and that offer not being accepted. That was really disappointing and felt very disheartening, because there's record low inventory right now in our general area of the country. I think it's like pretty across the board now, that like record low inventory just across the nation, and home prices are still really high and interest rates are super high. So like, it's just not, it's not the best time to buy if you don't have to, but here we are. So I was feeling really discouraged because there's just like not a lot of inventory in general, but especially like within our price range. And so losing that house was hard because it was also in our ideal neighborhood. But I was like, you know what, let's let it go. And also, we hadn't yet put this place on the market. So the following week, we were getting prepared for showings for this place and for like the open house weekend, and like for the big grand unveiling of this listing. And talk about stressful. Talk about stress, being pregnant and also having 2 little kids, but also trying to prepare your house for showings is like a whole new level, and like 10 out of 10 would not recommend unless you like absolutely have to. So we were getting prepared for that. I want to say it was Thursday night. I had been manically searching listings for weeks now. I saw a listing pop up, and I was like, oh, like, this place looks really sweet. It's a little different, but I think floor plan wise could really work for our family. So Jeff was still at work. I sent the listing to Jeff. He was like, yeah, why don't you ping our real estate agent and see if you could see it tomorrow, like earliest, because everything is moving so incredibly fast in this area. It's like, if you don't go see a house the second it comes on the market, and then like put an offer in the second you, like the quickest you can, you're gonna miss out. So pinged our real estate agent, who, sidebar, our agents have been absolutely amazing during this entire process. Could not have done this without them, like obviously, but also just like the support that they've given us and their knowledge. They're phenomenal. We wouldn't be in like such a secure place now hadn't been for them. So our agent was like, yeah, like let's go see it this afternoon. And this was a Friday, and so Hugo was in school. Theo and I went to see the house, and I'm pretty sure I vlogged this day. I didn't vlog the actual house and the showing, but I vlogged that day. So I think the last I had mentioned to you all was that I had really liked the house. I thought it was super cute, super charming, thought it could really work for our family, but that there was definitely things that needed to get updated and renovated to a certain extent, and that I had FaceTimed Jeff during the showing, and that he felt the same from what he could see on the video, and that he was gonna go then see the property in person that evening. So I was like sort of waiting with bated breath on like what he thought of the listing, because like obviously when you and your partner are like looking for homes, you both have to agree and like love it and feel in your heart that that's like the property for you. So I was anxiously waiting that night to hear what he thought, and he came home and he said he loved it, which was super surprising, and I'll talk about that a little bit more at the end. But I was like, amazing, like that's so great. Do you think we should put an offer in? And he was like, yeah, I think we should. So we texted our agent that night. So this was Friday night, and I said, you know, we said, let's put an offer in. So she was like, great. Along comes Saturday. Saturday was the first day of showings for this place that we had scheduled. And so I can't remember exactly. Oh, I worked Saturday morning, and then Jeff was with the boys, and we just stayed, like we stayed out of the house all day. So then Saturday, she put the offer in, we got the official word. Sunday was the open house for this place. And so we left super early and went over to my in-laws' house and spent like pretty much the entire day out of the house, so that this place could be as pristine as possible. And then I want to say it was Sunday afternoon, we were at an open house in a town that like we had never been to before. It's like close enough, but to like some of the things we wanted, but it was new to us. So we were like, oh, let's go to this open house. Why not? Let's like drive around a little bit. We have time to kill. Like, let's just do it. So as we pull in to that open house, we get a call from our agent saying that our offer got accepted on that house that we put an offer in on Friday / Saturday, which was like amazing to hear, because up until this point I was like, how are we ever going to get an accepted offer? Like, we are just, you know, like when you're competing with all cash offers and like these huge numbers, it's like how are we ever, like, just like two normal people, like how are we ever gonna get an accepted offer? It was phenomenal, like so grateful in that moment. We were so excited. So we still like knew in that moment that like that just getting the accepted offer, amazing, but like that didn't secure us anything. So we were like, great, like let's move forward. Maybe we can do an inspection, the first of 2 inspections. Let's do it like, let's say, I don't know, Wednesday. Let's do the second inspection maybe on Friday, the full house inspection on Friday. So that was moving forward. Then we heard back from our agent here, and she was like, oh, the open house went super well. Monday night, she presented all the offers to us, and we accepted one of them. And it was just like such a weight off our shoulders, because I knew this place was going to sell, and not in like a boastful way, but like it's beautiful. It's such a beautiful home. And I said multiple times to Jeff, like, you know, it worked for us for this period of time in our lives. If we had one more bedroom here, we could totally stay forever. But being that our family's growing and like we've definitely outgrown this space, it's hard to say goodbye to it. But I'm so excited for the people who get to move in, because like truly it's the best community. And so that felt so nice. Then that was Monday evening. I think it was Tuesday morning. Was it Tuesday morning or Monday morning? It was one of those 2 mornings. We got a call at 6:45 in the morning from our agent saying, oh my goodness, so someone swooped in with a higher offer on this other home, on the home like you want to buy, and the sellers are going to go with their offer unless you can sweeten up the deal. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay. So we talked and we crunched some numbers, and we were like, okay, well, we can sweeten the deal a little bit. How does this sound? So she went back, and it was a bunch of back and forth for about 15-20 minutes. And luckily we were able to secure it back and we were able to push all of the inspections. We were able to push everything up so that we could go into contract as soon as possible, so that way we could fend off all other potential future offers, right? Because that's the thing, if you're not in contract, and I know real estate laws, from what I understand, real estate laws in every state are different, and like some states are a little more Wild West than others, and so it's, you know, as someone who, like, I know nothing about real estate, I watch House Hunters on HGTV, like, it's just been a huge learning experience for me. So from what I understood, it was like, we need to get the inspection, the septic inspection and the whole house inspection done, so that way we can draw up these contracts with the attorneys, get them signed, you'll be in contract, and then like the other offers will stop, essentially. So we were like, okay, let's do all those things truly as fast as possible. So if that happened Tuesday morning, we had the septic inspection done Tuesday afternoon, and then we had the whole house inspection done, I think it was Wednesday morning, or was it Tuesday evening? It was like, it all happened within like 24 hours because we just wanted to get in contract so quickly. So then all of like inspections went well, and I was super nervous about the inspections because, as you will find out, it's the house that I'm talking about is on the older side. And so I was like, oh dear, like, what are we gonna find? What are they gonna find? Like, just, that was like one of the more nerve-wracking parts. Luckily, passed both, everything looked good. And so we started drawing up the contracts with the attorneys, or the attorneys started drawing up the contracts. And within, I want to say, I think it was like within a week, we were then in contract for that home. And then maybe like a week later, officially we got in contract, everything signed for this place. And so it's been, that's been the past couple of weeks. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. Last week, was it last week? I think it was last week. It feels both like yesterday and like a million years ago. We walked through our home, our future home, with a contractor. Because the home that we're moving into is a 1900s, was built in the 1900s, and is an old Victorian home. And it is stunning. If you would have told little Erica that like she would be living in like a gorgeous Victorian home as an adult with like her 3 children, like, it truly is, like, I'm so incredibly grateful. It's exactly like perfect. The house is stunning, and the really cool thing about the house, and I'll like this is now going to be a thing over that we have how many weeks before we need to move? I think we have 5.5 weeks before we have to move, which is great. We will be in the house before baby girl arrives, which is like, oh my gosh, praise be. But what was I gonna say? We're gonna move in 5 weeks. There is some work that needs to get done on the house. We are hoping to get a little bit of that work done before we move in. So the really cool thing about the house is that a lot of it was renovated already. So the person who owned the house before hired a contractor and like almost gutted the entire thing and like rebuilt it from scratch, which is amazing. Like, the work that's been done on the home that is done is like stunning. So true to the character and the integrity of the home, and just gorgeously done. However, there is work that still needs to get done. Some of it is super minimal, some of it is a little more robust, and some of it is just aesthetic, right? Like, there are some things that I just want to change because like aesthetically it doesn't fit our vibe, or like, you know, for instance, one of the bigger projects that needs to get done is the kitchen, and really, like, it's totally doable for the time being, and it might be that we don't renovate the kitchen for like a year, maybe 2 years, like maybe we just live with it how it is, and it's totally usable, totally livable, which is great. But we're sort of in conversation right now with our contractor to see like what we can get done, what we can afford to get done, almost like immediately, and then what we want to do, what am I trying to say? What we can afford to get done, and like what we want to do within like a shorter period of time. There are definitely like a couple things that need to get done ideally before we move in, slash like as quickly as possible, which I'll share, you know, later down the road. But that's it. That's it. We found a freaking house. I am so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to like bring you guys along, and I feel like this is a really big chapter. There are such huge things happening. Not only just moving, but like having our first baby girl, and then Hugo started kindergarten in September. And it's all falling into place. And there is part of me that knew it would, but the reality of like walking through this process has been really difficult and just really stressful. So I'm incredibly grateful. Again, I'm not counting my chickens just yet. Although things are signed, we're in a good spot. I know that deals can still fall apart. I'm really hoping, you know, knock on wood, everything stays put and that we are good. And like I mentioned, we should be moving in like the next 5.5 weeks, which is a decent amount of time for us to get this place packed up and ready to go and get a little bit of work done over at the house. And yeah, that's it. That's it. That's the update I have for you guys. So let me know if you have any questions down below. I'm really excited not only to like share this like moving journey with you all, but also, you know, getting into the house and then exploring interior design. I mean, I don't have an eye for interior design, but I would love to try to grow that skill and, you know, just showing you the renovations. And again, she's a beautiful old home and there's a lot of history there, and I really want to honor that and like keep the integrity of the space. And so although I'm not entirely sure like what that looks like, I think it'll be fun to share. So there's the exciting news. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for sticking around. I know that it was a few weeks of me not saying anything about it, but again, I wanted paperwork to be signed. I wanted things to be a little more official. And time to pack. Anyone want to come over and help me pack? Because oh my gosh, we've got a lot to do. All right, love you all so much. I will see you in my next one. Bye.